This week's episode of the Indian Dots podcast, we have discussed Valentine's stories, breakup theme stories, heartbreak stories. So you hear me and Karan get very, very vulnerable and some harmonious Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham music, which is fantastic. Also spoke about a few questions like how do you make a half a roti and eat it?
Roti bana de mere liye.
Yeah. How do you dip your tea? You dip your biscuit in tea?
No.
How do you dip your tea?
Whose cup does Indy dip his biscuit in? No pun intended.
That's disgusting. There is no pun intended. You had the questions. What were the starting questions? I've forgotten them.
Hanji, so adhi roti kiਵੇਂ ਬਣਦੀ ਹੈ, ਹਨਾ?
Yeah, how do you make half a roti?
Do you eat the roti like this or like this?
Yeah.
Fold
do you eat your roti full or half?
Right. And
At the beginning, we also talk about TQ, Tinder quarters.
Wow,
I've changed it. TQ, what did you
Thin
think
Studios. I don't know. I took talking a billah.
No, TQ, this is the venue.
Yeah,
no, it's
Thin Studios.
TT, the Thin Studios. Drop us a comment and let us know some nice names. As you can see, a nice ambience, backdrop, etc. Thank you to those guys for having us here, and we will see you in a few seconds.
Guys, this is a very, very special moment for us. So, after nearly 100 episodes, we have our very first official sponsor for the podcast. So we want to give a special shout out to our lovely sponsor, which is called Lovely Drinks. Lovely. So this is founded by a very young, sick entrepreneur, Sarabjot Jol. Please, guys, go and check him out. He is doing fantastic things in the community and prospering very much, given he's so young as well. And this is one of his companies. So Lovely Drinks is a line. Now, this is one of the drinks that I personally tried, and Indy's going to have a taste of in a second. It's raspberry lemonade. It's in a beautiful glass bottle. Oh, Indy's opening it now. Indy, you can have a swig of that. So this is very much kind of like your San Pellegrino. It's got that kind of bitter taste. It's an alternative. It's a little bit fizzy, but it's not overbearingly fizzy. Very nice. And I know they've got other drinks which are coming out, which are kind of featuring the non-alcoholic range. So great if you still want to have a good time and not just have kind of, your Coke and your Pepsi and that kind of thing. Definitely going to be up there with kind of Elderflower and Press. And this will be in all places, be available to you. So yeah, thank you so much to Lovely Drinks. Thank you so much to Sarabjot Jol for sponsoring us.
Check them out. What is happening, people? Welcome to this week's episode of the Indian Dots podcast. Reporting from...
Did they come up with a name? I can't remember the name.
Did you come up with a name?
Oh, yes. Thinned Studios.
I thought it was Thinned...
Tower. Yeah, we were trying to go this whole alliteration thing. So we have Mavi Manor.
But what about TT, like Audi TT?
They're not Audi fans.
He's a Thierry Henry fan. He's an Arsenal fan. We could have called it TT. Because that's Henry's nickname, TT.
He is. I thought of Audi when you said that, and he's a Mercedes man, like you.
Okay, but he's an Arsenal fan, as I found out from his Wi-Fi code today.
He's a big Arsenal fan.
So if we call it TT, he'll be happy.
Who's he?
Thierry Henry.
No, who's he? Who are we talking about?
Thierry Henry.
No, not Henry, but who is a big Arsenal fan?
Your brother-in-law,
There
Kenny.
we go. As he ਉੱਥੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ ਅੱਜ.
Yeah,
so sorry, Mavi Manor and Kera.
I didn't finish it.
Castle.
Oh, I'll take Castle. Yeah, fine. Court, Castle. Yeah, same thing.
Coup.
What kind of name's that,
I don't know why
man?
you got so upset.
Because I was like, no. What upset me was, let's just tell people what happened. Goran's reeling through all these names. We've got headquarter names for each place. You've got Mavi Manor.
Correct.
You've got TT here, or Tinned. What do you want to call it?
They want Thin Studios. And
Thin
the
Studios.
reason
Okay,
they want
fine.
that.
They were going with alliteration. So
Yes.
he said it first.
Yeah.
Well, what did you say at first?
For yours.
With the alliteration for here.
Oh yeah, your Thin Towers was the original.
And then the other one was mine, which is...
Kera Coup.
Right, that sounds shit. And then the other one was...
Kera Castle.
No.
Kera Kingdom.
No.
Oh,
Dio's
Den.
And I was like, hang on. I heard that voice now and I thought, why did the other guys get their surnames? And I've been told that it's Dio for me. Arkia.
No, we said Kera.
No. But you added the Dio one at the end.
Yeah, what was wrong with that?
What's the need?
That was funny.
Why did everybody get that? That's unfair.
I don't understand your point now. Your name was mentioned, Kera.
Yeah.
You're sad that I also mentioned her name as well. Is that why?
Yeah, bro.
Because
it made it sound like, oh, okay, I should take her surname now, yeah? Acha, okay.
But I said yours first. I said yours first.
So?
But it is her flat.
You still said it.
Whose flat is it?
It is her flat. I agree.
So
but you can still call it the thing.
Well, where are we filming?
But the guy who runs the thing is me. The guy who runs the thing is me.
Bro, you're leasing it back from the... Okay, Malik hunda na, the owner. You can work in the restaurant, bro, if you don't own it.
Yeah, no problem. Bro, this place is far, man. Getting here was so far.
Guys, when you're not from London, as I am not, and Indy kind of a little bit from London now, We just think that everything in London, and just tell me if you think of this as well. Everyone from London is kind of near each other. Oh yeah, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਸ tube ਤੇ zone 1, zone 2, ਏਦਾਂ, jump on the tube and get anywhere, right? And then we have a little bit of appreciation about the M25, and this is around, all the way around London, but London's bloody huge, man. So when I said, "Oh, Indy, I'm coming down to London," that's how we say it. We didn't even say where in London. Come down to London. Indy's like, "Where exactly?" Send me postcode. Sticks it in the googly maps, and
I said this on the podcast 2 weeks ago.
I
said Dura. You didn't get it, and then I showed you the map. You're like, "Oh, 20." And I plan to leave home 2:15. I'm not going to hit that, I know.
It's fine. Billa's
I'm not going to hit it.
for
I'm
you.
not going to hit it. Has
Guys,
it moved?
He's just moving a little bit. Guys, this is Billa. So you guys kind of know my dad because he's the guy who has aloo in his matar paneer. That weirdo.
Yes.
This is his Billa. He loves tigers. So yeah, that's who that is.
That's what I'm saying. So sticking back on the point here, which is... I left the flat at 2:15 to get here for about 3:30. I thought that was fair. Got in the car. Front right wheel was a little bit low on pressure.
Oh my god!
I thought I'm not going to do that. Geez, petrol stations need to get their shit together, honestly, because a lot of them, the air and the water doesn't work.
Whoa! Water I can understand, but the air.
I hit 3 petrol stations.
Put the money in the machine.
3 petrol stations. It had the little "is not working" thing on it. 3 of them. And getting to a petrol station on a Saturday in Barking is hard because everyone's out in their cars. There's traffic everywhere. So it took me about 45 minutes to find a petrol station in my local area that was doing air and water. And the one that came to my mind, I knew was going to have the most traffic around it because it's near the Gurdwara where I got married. So I know the traffic around there's bad on a Saturday. So I had to go there, and I got there and it was working because I knew it worked, but I hoped there would be another one that was operating. Then left there, got here for about 5 to 4.
Whether you,
mate, long.
And what was interesting,
I didn't think it was going to take me an hour and 45.
That is long, man. When I went on your live tracking on WhatsApp,
yeah,
it still showed you embarking
because I exited WhatsApp. I don't keep it open. If you close WhatsApp and share location, it doesn't share the location unless you keep WhatsApp running in the background.
Yeah, I think
which I forgot to do. I do it often, but
yeah,
this is a test actually. Sanj doesn't moan about that. I close it most of the time, and she doesn't check it normally. Maybe she's like, stop checking. Whenever I go to Birmingham or I'm coming back to London on my own, I'll share my location.
Oh, I see.
So I expect her to check it.
Wow.
Clearly she ain't checking it.
You are having, this is
a
big revelation you're having live on the podcast. And you have discovered that your wife doesn't care about you. Kara cares.
Kara cares.
Dio doesn't.
Ooh, look at this guy with his top references.
Mate, wax lyrical, man.
There
you
we
don't
go.
even know, man.
That's what I'm saying.
Big man things, isn't it?
So, yeah, I was...
Sanj, kade phone vi kar liya karan nu, kya rakha karte. He's like, they're like, oh, my darling's sitting there. It's like, oh, there he is. Yeah, he's just, oh, I can see he's just reached home. Nothing. So how do you normally check in now? Do you say, I'm home?
What do you mean?
So like, she's not tracking. You'll get to Birmingham. Do you send her a message? I'm reached now. Or...
Yeah, normally as soon as I get there, I'll stop sharing and I reach, because in the background of your phone, it has a little blue light in the corner when you share your location.
Yeah.
And it starts flashing a little bit.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But then you message her and you say, I'm here now.
Yeah, I message her and say I'm here, and then I stop sharing.
Yeah, and then she's like, yeah, no, but she really doesn't know.
There we go. If only they could tell us.
But see, I looked at you. I said, Shindy, I was at the restaurant where I was coming from before you coming here, and I was like, I don't think he's left yet. And so I was like, you're like, I'm here. And I was like, okay.
No, I need to do that. I need to keep it open, and also I have do not disturb on my phone when I'm driving. But I need to put drive mode on, so that way it stops messages. The reason why I put it on is because I got maps on. I don't want the push notifications coming through.
What's drive mode on iPhone?
You know how you've got do not disturb mode? You can do focus, you can do work mode, you can do sleep mode.
Yeah.
You can set up a custom mode, which is drive, which means
it will just... made that?
No, I need to make one.
Drive. Okay, so it doesn't come as standard, but you're calling it.
You have to make it.
You're calling it drive.
I'm calling it drive, which means it will stop push notifications coming through on my phone to stop distracting me when I'm driving.
Yeah, no, you're Jason Statham, transporter.
How?
Serious driving. Drive mode. Oh, we got, okay, right. So going on the whole car theme. So your birthday, we got you the car holder. You enjoying that?
Yeah, I love it.
Right, I'm gonna get you driving gloves, baby. I'm gonna get you some gloves to drive. Glove paake munda chahoga like OJ Simpson है ना आप black color gloves driver mode activated, don't call me.
You're gonna treat me like how you treat people in reaction videos and Bhangra videos over 30 years with the leather gloves in their hands.
In my head, I'm picturing, Christian Bale, Batman trilogy. Do you remember? Do you know when Batman's in the Batmobile and he presses that button and he goes,
Oh, that's it. Done.
and he goes in. That's gonna be you. Drive mode activated.
Full catch. That's it.
Oh my god. Love it, man.
Unbelievable. But yeah, it's far getting it, man. It's lovely to be here, though. So thank you to Kenny and your sister for having us.
Lovely.
I appreciate that.
Lovely.
The room is looking fab, man. If you're not on YouTube, check this out on YouTube. Honestly, this is goals.
This is my favorite room when I come to the house. So if I'm staying here, and normally if I'm coming to London for say like work rather than kind of pleasure based things, I'll be on a course or something. I'll set up the desk, which is over there, kind of where the camera is, looks out, put some music on, and it's just the ambience is brilliant, man. I just love working in this room. Yeah, it's just a great room, and they're actually very close to Shepperton Studios, which is where they're shooting the new Lord of the Rings series. So
really?
Yeah, and some of the James Bond stuff's been shot here.
I thought that got canned because it was so bad.
No, they've had one series already.
Have they? Yeah, but it was so bad.
I
thought they canned it. Yeah, they just sacked it off. I could be wrong.
Guys, we have to look that up. So yeah, Dora. I before you came here was at a restaurant, and we met some of Shindy's friends, and so that was nice. And where we were is kind of quite close to where the Magna Carta was signed, which is something historical if you're into that kind of stuff. Yeah. We didn't get to check that out, but I also found out from Shindy's friend Meatball that very close by to this Italian restaurant where we were having lunch, there was a place called Pleasure Ground.
Oi, oi.
What does that, if I say that to you, what do you think?
It makes me think of that Rouge video, Touch My Body. That's what it makes me think of. Touch my body. Feel my body. That's what it makes you feel like, man.
He said it to me and I was like, are you for real? Like, what's, he's like, Pleasure Grounds? What happens there? Like, but you pleasure on that? Like, what is this, magical Narnia, right place? And he was like, no, it's just basically this patch of grass where they see people go and they have a picnic.
That's it. Right. And they call it Pleasure Ground.
Right. And I'm just like, clearly a Desi banda has thought of this name because anyone else would never call it Pleasure Ground with all these like sexual connotations, right? And then but when you said Pleasure Ground mein ja sakna ticket mil sakdi hote, and I was just like, oh my god, man. I said, but Punjabi people so easy to please. Like you could go there and there'd be nothing but grass. Yeah. But if the grass is green, like bhaji inni vadiya grass mein kate bhi nahi dekhya Pleasure Land vich hunda. We went to Dopamine Land. These like go to Pleasure Land, man. Pleasure Land.
Too much, man.
Oh, maybe Pleasure Land now. It's Pleasure Ground. Pleasure Ground.
Your phone.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Do not disturb mode.
It's on Do Not Disturb.
It's
a ring notification.
Oh, ring.
Oh, wait. It's
it wasn't on Do Not Disturb mode. Acha.
It's here now.
Akia botta. Kshatriya, है ना?
Son of CSK.
Kshatriya, huh?
Son of CSK is coming. Big hands. Big handed Indy.
As a kid.
Do you know what's mad?
Go on.
You know what's mad? Show when you ring.
How I ring, man.
Yeah.
This is the thing. You know what? Yeah. I was listening back to the episode
when you went to the show
from 2 weeks ago.
But
yeah. And I thought, you know what? Yeah. Today's a big occasion. I'm coming to a new venue. Let me make an effort. Gaurav clearly didn't. Sitting in his shorts.
I'm consistent.
Yeah, sure. He's consistently frugal, low maintenance. Spend £300 on stupid shit, man. Yeah.
Spend £300
on stupid shit. Yeah.
Like example.
Passport holder.
Let's call him out. Oh shit. That's man was ready. Man's got the list.
I got it. I got the Badoo chamber ready. Loaded.
He knows his shit, man. This is
passport holder.
Yeah, it's very nice.
It's gonna be a heirloom for my kids. Oh.
Wow, he remembers everything I said. Next year birthday. I was thinking about telling these guys I want the wallet holder in the same style.
The wallet holder,
and then the year after that, the
full collection, isn't it?
Full collection.
I'll just get you a gift card.
Once you have it, card. Those things are for life, man. But,
gift card, man. But yeah, the ring and the chain. This is what I wore to Bert's thing. Oh, speaking of which, the t-shirt that I'm wearing today, it's from Hear Not Listen. The guys who run it, Suki and Amrik. I used to work with them both at my old agency. Nice. They've launched their own clothing line. So check them out. It's on hearnotlisten.com. Really cool old school hip hop brand.
Hear Not Listen.
Yep. HEARNOTLISTEN.com.
Nice.
Nice, chilled, relaxed fit hip hop brand clothing.
What does your top say?
It says 89 in London, pull the Ben, and it's a Benz. And the guy in the back is in London in a Benz. It's a hip hop phrase. It's a lyric.
And it means?
It's just a lyric from a song by a rapper.
And you actually have a Benz. I mean, this is just so perfect, isn't it?
Oh shit, I never thought of that.
Which Benz do you have?
The B class,
baby. But no one, Mrs. Mate, I was thinking about this.
Drop that chubby on the table.
Yeah, no one knows it. You don't know which one it is. It could be a SLR. Then no, exactly. It could be the one with the door comes like this. Or
boss, man, I'm telling you,
listen, you don't call it the B class anymore. You call it the Batmobile, right? That's what you're Batman.
That's it.
My Batman.
Huh?
I'm a driver mode.
The Benzmobile, huh?
Benzmobile. B-mobile, man. Guys, if you want to, if you don't know what the B class is and you haven't looked it up, think about what the Pope goes around in the Pope mobile.
100%, man.
This is basically.
Yo, you know what? Yeah, it's efficient.
It's efficient, but it has no air in the tires.
Yeah, it doesn't actually. In fairness, the amount of potholes I got around the flat. Anyway, yeah, I thought I'd make an effort for you today, Karan. So there you go. That's why I'm wearing this.
You look
Going back to Pleasureland.
Pleasureland, huh?
Jesus. Did you go to Pleasureland?
No, it was funny. At one point, Shindy went to the window to try and look for it, and there's just bushes outside, and then Meatball was like, "You can't see it," and I was like, "Oh, it's like Narnia, man."
It's like Narnia.
Unless you know where it is, I was like, Meatball has to take
Imagination Land, like South Park, is in your mind.
So, but I thought it's such a we're sitting in like a very very nice part of England, Magna Carta, Pleasureland. Just doesn't fit, does it?
Doesn't fit at all,
doesn't
mate.
Fit at all, man. This year, like armor.
Good lord. Okay. Do you have anything else to add?
No, I'm just about to fly to India, so I realized only today that I'm actually not going to be at work for a while. Like it hadn't hit me. Normally, when you go on holiday, you pack and then you fly the next day. But because we're not flying the next day, I've got this interim period where I'm doing stuff like this with you and just chilling out, and it just hasn't hit me yet.
So you get on that plane, man.
Yeah, and I haven't been on a long flight for a while. So I'm like, oh, okay, how do I do this again? Like I'm so used to 2-3 hour flights now. What's the what's the game plan here? Is it going to be sleepy? Is it going to be like, oh, let's watch loads of films? Yeah, so I've got a few things to do tomorrow, but nice and relaxed, enjoying today. Yeah.
Do you need to watch something on the plane? Because I can give you some recommendations, and then when you come back, we can talk about it.
You can do. I mean,
why don't we plan it that both of us watch? By the time we come back, we can discuss it.
He's giving me homework. It's
not homework.
I mean, God,
it's pleasure. It's pleasure.
Oh, it's not Pleasureland, is it? It's clearly not pleasure.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you watch this and make some notes, and then we can talk about it.
Make some notes. We'll talk about it. Bring it through. Don't forget.
God, give it to Shindy.
I'll give it to you.
I'll give it to Shindy.
Share it on the podcast.
It's fine. She can watch it, and you guys can have an offline conversation about it. As friends.
Oh God, this guy.
You and Shindy, man. Yeah. So obviously you got all the content which is going to be on the plane, but then you want your backup stuff on the iPad,
just in case, and kind of other bits when you maybe you need something to watch when you're trying to kill some time. So yeah, I got to do that tomorrow. Good.
And that's it. I'm pretty much set, man.
Good. Does this feel weird to you being on the opposite side of one another?
No, it's okay. No.
Is it?
I'm in my position.
Because you were a little bit caught out when this happened.
I just thought you'd done that on purpose. Well,
I didn't
initially,
do it on purpose.
I thought we were going to sit on the same couch.
Mate, this is very snug if that was going to happen.
Legs would be touching.
To be fair, we could potentially do this for the reaction video later. Who knows?
Where would the thing be?
Right here. Sit there, no problem.
No. Where would we be watching the video?
On my hand.
How would I see it? Oh, you mean on the same couch? You mean?
Hand.
Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the same setup. I was like, that's not going to work. Yes, that would be good.
It would make more sense.
Guys, very soon you're going to be seeing some very funny characters. I was thinking about the stuff we are filming, which they don't know about, but they'll see very soon. We need character names.
Yes.
Right? So you need a name for what you do. I have character names from the other people in my stories.
Yes.
I haven't got my own one yet.
Huh.
We need a funny name.
Think on your 9-hour flight, mate.
Yeah, or maybe we
brainstorm ideas. Go around the plane, ask people, what's your name? Hybrid. Obviously in English, in Punjabi.
Hybrid name.
Nagi honda.
Third first name Major? Janelle? What? Colonel? Colonel?
There you go. See? Go. You know what?
Elvis.
Oh my God! Go on the plane and
take a survey.
Take a survey and take some census data. Let's do this.
It's not bad. Get Shindy to film it as well.
Yeah, man.
ਭਾਜੀ ਸਾਡਾ YouTube ਤੇ
don't get it to film because the sound quality is going to be absolute garbage on a plane. You can't hear anything.
ਭਾਜੀ YouTube ਦੇ ਚੈਨਲ ਸਾਡਾ ਇੰਡੀਅਨ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਪੋਡਕਾਸਟ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਸੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਵਾਲ
ਪੁੱਛਣਾ ਸੀ. Not the other ਬੰਦਾ who you found.
ਹੈ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ? You
found another channel. Dr. Indy
Podcast. Dr. Indy Podcast. Who is this guy? Indy was like, who is this? Who is this guy? How dare he? How dare he? I will kill him.
No, I wasn't going to go that far. No.
Who is this guy? I will hack his account.
No. I don't want to do that either.
I will become his marketing strategist and then spend all his money.
I will nick his channel from him.
There you go.
It's my ownership. It's been absorbed. Okay.
First names on airplane. That'd be so good. You know, it'd be really funny. Like if you had a parent and the child, right? And you should ask the parent, ਭਾਜੀ ਇਹਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਕੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ? And they tell you. And it's like really weird. Like, ਏਦਾਂ ਕੀ ਰੱਖਿਆ ਤੁਸੀਂ? follow question. ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਠੀਕ ਹੈ? How good would that be? ਅੱਛਾ, so
You're asking for all 10 slaps, man.
so
Honestly.
it's on a plane. They'll be like, so ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਦਾ ਨਾਂ Elvis ਸਿੰਘ ਰੱਖਿਆ?
Oh my god. Elvis Singh. Oh, some of these Punjabi names are too much, man.
I forgot one. There's a guy I met in school. Yeah, this is secondary school. His first name, surname would sing.
No.
Tarun Tarun.
Really?
Tarun Tarun. Yeah, and then so the Gode, we played hockey. Yeah, the Gode at school called him Taran Taran.
Duran Duran.
Right, Taran Taran. Yeah.
Right. You see the problem now that I have with this. Whenever people get a hold of it and they add their Anglo-Saxon vibe on top, and look what happens.
Yeah.
So Duran turns to Duran Duran. See, it's not nice.
Yeah, okay, but I had overwhelming support compared to you. You had that one guy, whoever his name was, Aaron Breed or something. I don't know what his name was. He supported you, and then he got shot down as well.
Aaron Breed. Oh,
that guy was like, oh, the guy on the right is.
You remember his name in the comments?
I think it was
TikTok.
something like that.
That's kind of sad, Karan. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, listen, when someone's saying something to me, I was like, I'm going to remember your name, right? And then, but then, you know, I had my people championing, saying, no, he's absolutely wrong. So, yeah, stick by what I said. It's a pity that video didn't do as well as the rest. It has as many comments, if not more.
I'm telling you, TikTok's, you got to hit the groove quick. If you don't, it dies.
I don't think people appreciated the subtlety of the time.
That was more for me and you.
Yeah.
That clip that I put up before, the kid's gone now.
What's that? Is that your ring?
Yeah. Get there. Where is it? Oh, there.
Mine
Oh,
now.
thank you.
It's mine now.
Eitrak. Come on.
God, it's not big enough, is it?
Give me my ring back.
I'm going to wear it for a little bit and then you can have it back. It's fine. It's a crown if you don't
yeah,
know, guys.
okay, hang on.
I'm going to do some hand modeling. You keep talking, yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah.
Time, clip on TikTok of what time of day you go to do your doo-doo. Yeah.
Doo-doo?
Doo-doo.
What doo-doo?
Doo-doo.
Bada peshab, chota peshab.
When you go and sort your business out,
business.
it's time of day. Therefore, time Hans Zimmer was very, very fitting.
It was perfect. But I think it's wasted
a lot of people don't get it. But that's fine.
You're saying the basic.
I'm happy to accept that. I'm not saying they're basic.
You're saying
There's
the basic.
Subliminal meanings
levels
that not many people will understand.
How many levels of Inception was that?
Oh, you know what? A good 3. A good 3 at least.
Yeah.
Solid 3.
There you go.
Solid 3. Chalo. All right, next segment. Confessions of Married Men.
Brown Monday.
This is the day after Valentine's Day. You'll be listening to this if you were on time, 6 a.m. ready. So we thought we'd make it themed about our epic fails with ladies over the years.
Indy's epic fails.
Yes. Garen's too. You got some.
I had very few fails.
Pull them out the skeleton closet. Let's not do this, okay? I saw what you used to look like way back in the day.
Mera track record inna badhiya.
Yeah, sure. Yes, fantastic. So let's go through the trauma.
Like
let's comb through the trauma now, Garen. Yeah, let's comb through it slowly but surely. Okay. For me, I went to a school that was dominated by white people.
Yeah.
So there were no uppity choices.
You made the best of what you had.
I made the best of what I had.
And you chose a munda.
And the problem is that whenever I took a picture with people from school and it made it to uni, people were going through your Facebook pictures.
Yeah.
And they saw brown man, white woman, brown man, white woman, brown man, white woman. And I got the token milkman. Title. They called me the milkman.
That has so many connotations.
So many connotations with it. Except people you normally run away with the milkman.
Yeah.
And that's it. No one ran away with me.
You're trying. You're like, you want to come to my house, please?
No one ran away with me, bro. It was painful. Painful.
I got geography degree. I know how to use a compass. I'll show you.
It was painful, man.
Do you like? I think you're secretly proud of it though.
No, I wasn't.
I think you carried like a badge of honor.
No, I didn't think that I was going to go to university and meet this many brown people and it would come back to haunt me. I thought it would be like a mix of people. But then when I got to uni, I realised, oh shit, there's a lot of people here that have been through what I've been through. They understand. And then you
met
resonate
other
people.
apne bande who are only exposed to...
No, other apne bande that have gone through the same upbringing of like being brown, having traditional parents, going through all of that. Not necessarily dating and being around white people. No.
You dating Gordian?
No, I didn't actually date any of them.
Define date.
Huh?
Define date.
Go out with them 1-to-1.
Okay, but it's yeah.
And then say this is a date.
But like when you're young, right? Let's just say kind of teenage level. You can't drive a Gadi, so your transport's or bus. You don't really have any paise. You ain't got a job, so you get like pocket money. It's hard to date, man. Like it's not. I don't know how people do it.
It's
honestly, looking back at it now, I don't know how people had good boyfriend, girlfriends. Outside of like, you
It
message
was-
each other and you MSN and remember the MSN days?
Oh man.
You put your status up, which is about your dil di gal, huh?
Oh,
But you wouldn't say
man.
who it's about. But it's
Yeah.
like, you know if you're looking.
You know who it
And then
is.
you come online, go offline, online, offline. Then you sit offline and then, you know, you message someone like, I'm really here. But you didn't know.
Okay, I never did
message
that.
You by a,
I never did
no,
that
I never
before.
I'm just saying
Yeah,
I knew
yeah.
it happens, isn't it?
According to Sanj, there were
Right.
people that she knew
Right.
who would go online, offline after telling someone they liked them on MSN. So they go online, offline to get their attention.
Yeah, because
it pops up on the right.
Yeah, yeah. It's just
And they're like,
entered
oh, sorry, my internet was playing up. When they're trying to get their
Yoshi.
attention to bring them back to the conversation in question. It's absolutely alarming the depths that people will go to.
But it's the original WhatsApp, man. It was just.
It was the original WhatsApp.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah, yeah.
instant. There was like, it was just to and fro.
Mm.
And you had that awkward phase when someone didn't reply. And you're like, oh my God, ki ho gaya.
Do you remember those people who used to have their status always set to away?
Yeah.
All the 24/7.
yeah,
When they're at
yeah.
school, their status is away. I'm like, how's your status away? Just turn off your MSN, man.
Right. No, they had a little line through it. Yeah,
They just
yeah,
kept the
away.
computer on all day.
I never saw people like that.
Crazy,
Absolutely.
crazy. Back to the story. So
The mukbun.
there was one girl at school that I liked for about
Banji.
5 years.
Whoa. The way you started that was like, yeah, they liked for like 5 minutes or like a week. Panj saal, medical degree
Like
here.
5 years, medical
Banji saal,
degree. Medical
lagatar.
degree strong.
Wow.
Yeah, man, I got nowhere with it. It was painful.
No, but when you say you like, did you tell her or anything?
Yeah, I told her loads of times.
Yeah, 5 saal every year. मैं दस दिन no, Saturday anniversary है.
Yeah.
Anniversary of you not liking me. Oh my God.
It may as well have been.
One,
You know what?
one more badge.
It may as well have been, man. It was that bad, honestly.
Like, was it like a dagger through the heart?
Not daggers through the heart. Just like, I just didn't get the message, man.
Is she taken?
No, she was single sometimes. She was taken other times.
You persisted through the time she was taken.
I didn't persist. I just
Yeah.
knew that I still liked
I
her.
knew she was the one.
She wasn't the one, though, I'll tell you that much.
कहना, I knew. मैंने पता सी. Yeah, दासा करते बाबा जी please. And then मैं ब्याह
Oh
करता.
my god! You
Please,
think I was,
Baba.
you think I was going to Gurdwara?
Yeah.
Putting down £10 for the ass with a white TV.
You're like, putte. You know, so guys, when you're in the Gurdwara, you go to the back and you're writing ardas, na? So ardas ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਲਿਖਣਾ? ਮੈਂ ਇੰਦਵੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਖਹਿਰਾ.
Jagjit Singh. Khera.
हाँ, मैं इंदवी जगजीत ਸਿੰਘ ਖਹਿਰਾ. ਗੋਰੀ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਆਹ ਕਰਨਾ. ਅੱਛਾ ਪੁੱਤ ਇਹ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ 'ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਪਰ ਆਹ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ 'ਚ ਹੋ ਸਕਦਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰ ਲਓ.
Or you sneak me another 20 quid and I'll do it. I'll do it. When no one's here at Eros at 5:15, I'll do it then. Right?
ਐਦਾਂ ਪੁੱਤ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ ਤੂੰ ਕੋਈ ਚਰਚ ਬੁੱਕ ਕਰ ਲਈ ਉੱਥੇ ਸੀ
ਬਸ
ਆਨੰਦ ਕਾਰਜ ਉੱਥੇ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਆਇਆ ਨਾ.
No problem.
That's it. Acha, so 5 years, bro. That's
That was bad.
Do you know the other thing is, right? And I definitely had this, right? I don't know if it's watching Bollywood films, but I think that probably has a thing to do with it. When you're in that phase, right, and you're kind of, you know, the guy chasing a girl, you have this feeling that if I just persist enough, if I'm the good guy,
Yeah.
right, this whole good, eventually she's gonna see that.
This is why Andrew Tate did so flipping well.
Kabhi khushi, kabhi gum.
Never.
Because you think that one day she's just going to look
You
at you.
think it's going to crack
She's
through.
going to look at you and be like, you've been there my whole life.
You hope that.
Right. Tu utte hi si, through my everything.
You
huh?
hope that, but nah.
But
it doesn't work
no,
like that.
this bullshit logic
No.
doesn't work. And you grow up thinking, listen, Korea, why you want to be this dickhead, mandams, right? Who ain't going to get like one GCSE, don't even know what university is, and going to be serving.
Because it was the way they carried themselves with confidence and not caring.
Bro, I
That's what made it attractive. This is why Tate existed, you know.
Did you-
because
did you not have confidence?
People will all be a nice guy in school and stuff, a nice guy, and they just end up nowhere. Unfortunately, it is a rule of life when
Yeah,
it
but
comes
when you
when it comes to teenage ages,
Yes.
teenage period, that period, it's all about confidence.
Yeah.
It's not about you being the nice guy or anything. You can be a nice guy and be confident, and it can work for sure.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
I'm not saying go and be a dickhead to women. No. I'm saying you got to apply yourself with confidence and assurance, which teenage kids don't have. They fucking perspirate whenever they're near a girl and they've never spoken to him for the first time. It's normal because you're in an uncomfortable environment and you're thinking, oh shit, how do I handle this? You got to go through a lot of fuck ups to get it right.
Yeah, see, I've never had that. But then I don't know, for me, your primary school mixed or
Primary school.
yeah, was it mixed?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying some people's primary schools are mixed.
Yeah,
like boys' school
true.
thing. So I think
yeah.
if you have exposure to girls, if you have a sister, that's another thing. You had a sister, I had a sister.
Yeah.
A lot of girl cousins as well in my family, and like there's very few Monday in dad's side. I don't think I ever had an issue speaking to girls, right? But then it was like the whole, okay, we're tight, we talk all the time, friend zone. But how do you progress this further?
You can't.
Right,
Well,
then-
no, okay, that's not true. Me and Sandra are friends for years, and I did, but that's different.
But still, my point being, right, if you're a kuri, right, now this is maybe they're not thinking long-term ROI, but you got some dudes here, right, doctor, business, dentist, these guys are going to make it in life. These dickheads, they're not going to make it in life, but you want to be with them. Chalo, you enjoy, man, because
Enjoy karo.
enjoy because you're not going to get anything later down the line, man.
They will get something later down the line. They will. They'll move on to university, bigger circles. Things will change.
We'll see.
That's how it goes.
It's like I think about, that episode of Friends when Monica gets a date with that guy who they all wanted to date in school, and he had his own bike,
Yes,
Chet
that's
or
right.
Ches or something like that.
Oh, what's his name?
Chet.
Not Chet,
Chen.
but I know the one you're on about. Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, I still got my job at
At the
Blockbuster."
movies. At
yeah,
the
yeah.
movies, that's
yeah,
it.
yeah. And I stay at my mom's, but I can stay out late.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the dickheads that these girls want to get with. I remember with Shindy. So again, we were like friends for a while, like 9 months while. And then I remember Googling one day, it was like, how do you make your friend like you? It was
Oh
like,
my God.
yeah. It's like friend.
Ad for Andrew Tate. Straight up Google
Yeah,
ad.
straight.
Ole.
That's straight manipulation. He's like, you tell her you don't want to see her. What's really interesting,
God.
actually, when we...
Careful.
Yeah,
Go
when
on,
me
go
and
on.
Shindy ended up together, actually, I didn't go full tape mode, but towards the end, I was like, okay.
You're losing patience.
No, it's not losing patience. I was just a bit like, okay, let me try a different tag where I was a bit more distant, let's say. Right, a bit more distant. And within 3 days, that's it, we got together. It was instant. I was like, man, this obviously Tate didn't exist then.
Oh my
But,
God.
if you just pop your shatti a little bit.
That's it, boss. Well, yeah.
You,
confidence. Take out confidence.
No, I had the confidence. She looks back as well. You said you were confident, but you took away the attention you had. Right? So girls like attention.
What, you gave her too much attention?
No, as in she got used to a certain level of attention, so anything less than that wasn't normal. So that was it. And then once that happened, she was like, oh, I don't like you not having your attention and you're speaking to you and the things we're doing. But within 3 days, man.
There we go.
Cold turkey. That was it.
See? Go and game the
But,
system. That
it's-
was one goodie at school.
Wow.
Yeah. There were others in
Milk
between
one?
where
Yeah.
like I thought, oh yeah. There were a couple where
How
I said
did you
to
think
them,
that was going to work?
What?
Son of CSK,
Huh.
milkman. Daddy, manu milkman kande. If you were serious, let's just imagine this, right?
Go on.
Tell me
I'm
that
young,
conversation.
dumb,
No.
I'm full of...
I know.
Right, okay.
Tell me. So imagine you're at a serious point in your life, right? You can pick any age you want to be, and you are dead serious. There is a goodie. You want to marry her. You're in love. She's like proper, like let's say into our culture, and there's like good mix and all that kind of stuff. Tell me how you pitch that to CSK.
Very easily.
Go on, that's them.
I'll say to mum and dad,
Hanji.
you've been to X amount of weddings where people who have either converted or they've gotten married to someone who is white,
Right.
and they've chosen to take Sikhi on, or they've agreed to marry someone Sikhi and do lawa, everything, etc. Right? You've gone to that, which means you endorse that wedding. Wow. Why wouldn't you endorse that for me?
Oh, to see, मेरे लिए कर सकते हैं? You've got this all planned out.
Geez,
scripted.
you think this is my first rodeo? I've thought of these conversations in my head for years. I
have,
thought
because
I thought in my head in the
Yeah.
future, if I do want to marry someone who's out of caste, this
Yeah.
is the conversation I've got to have. I spoke about this on the podcast in the past, didn't I? I knew the route I had to go down with mum and guide her through it. And then if I win mum over, you then broach dad, which is a different topic. But if you got to win over mum first, then it.
CSK,
Gotta win over mum.
Darda.
Mate, everyone's
You're
darda
gonna
dead
get
gap,
shipped
man.
to India.
Yo.
No one's gonna see you. पुत्त मेरी कोई ज़मीन है तू जाके देख ला. Daddy मेरा passport कितने
Yeah,
गया? 6
that's
months
it.
later.
No, there is the passport. It's done. It's mine now.
Yeah, and then
Right.
you come home. To
Sold.
the pind.
Biggest bidder. Right.
पुत्त आ तेरी wife है हुन.
There you go.
आह
That's it.
जेड़ा बूटा है ना. तेरी wife है हुन.
All the flowers in the back garden. Yeah. So, yeah, in between, there were a few other girls who I liked, in quotes.
I tell you.
And I'd approach them, I'd tell them, etc. They were flattered. And I'd always lose out to the other guy that they were looking at.
Other guy brown or not brown?
Not brown. Always not brown. I was
Sorry,
one
I'm-
of like 4 or 5 brown people at the whole school.
Oh, we're talking about still.
This is still school days. Yeah.
You'd always lose that. They were flattered though.
They weren't flattered. They were like, oh. And then they're like, I'll think about it. And I was like, okay. And then you'd hear from other friends where they're saying, oh, she's still thinking about this, but she's got that guy and she's thinking about that. And I was like, all right. And then she always went with the other guy. I was like, cha.
Tell me, like, how did you actually tell them? What was your line?
Probably a text message or something.
Oh,
You'd
shit.
never do it in person, would you?
Why?
You ain't got the confidence to do that, man.
Mate, in primary school.
It's probably an MSN, you know.
I think
Yeah, in primary school, go on. Yeah.
Yeah, in primary school. I remember telling, there was a goodie, the very few brown kids in our primary school, private primary school, right? And I remember she came in like towards the kind of last few years of school, so she wasn't there the whole time. And I remember telling her, I think it was Valentine's Day, and I gave her a Easter egg. That was like a thing that we did in our school. There was like exchange. So I got her one that was just obviously like,
Yeah.
I like you, little love hearts and everything in there. I remember now. Yeah. So I told one of my mates to give it to her, and I could see him giving it to her. I was watching him do it.
Oh,
Right.
no.
So then I was like, oh, so like this is it now. There's no going back, right? So
This
she's
is
got it.
year what? 5?
I don't know, 4 or 5 or something. And I was like, oh, he's giving it to her. And then he came back. He's like, yeah. He didn't say anything else. Like, guys, we don't ask for detail. We're just like, come here, thinking that. And then, right. So in this school, we had inside shoes and outdoor shoes. Tika, we had indoor. What do you call them?
Indoor shoes, outdoor trainers.
No, what are the shoes called on the inside? Sandals.
AstroTurf. Sandals.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
okay,
had indoor sandals, and then we had outdoor, like a going home shoes. So I remember we had these little cubby holes where you change at the end of the day, and I was just changing it, and then as I was like there, crouching or kneeling over, I felt this pain at the back of my head, like here. And so I turned around, my mate was there, and he goes, yeah, that girl you liked, she's came behind you, kicked you in the head, and walked off.
Oh my god!
Up and all right, yeah. So
She booted you in the head.
Sing a partkan, right? Yeah. So I was like, the thing is, I only thought about this like a few years ago.
Yo, how hard did she hit you?
Yeah, not hard. But now that I have a medical degree, I realize the what could happen with that kind of injury.
She kicked you.
Kicked you in the back of the head, man, for saying I liked her. I was like, what is
That was your first introduction to feisty Punjabi women, man.
Man, it's like, I didn't even say roti bana de. So I was like, maybe I like you.
I didn't even say that.
I was like, anda deta, huh?
Do you remember in My Wife and Kids when Michael would tell Katie, if a boy comes up to you and he says this, you kick him straight in the nuts.
Yeah.
Right, and then one kid went up to her and said that, but he was sent by Michael. And he was like, no, stop. And then she booted him in the nuts clean.
Yeah.
I think that's what this girl was told. She was told, if any boy says this to you, when he's not looking, run up to him, boot him in the head and walk off.
Yeah, man. Like, it's just
That's what she was told by her mum or dad, I reckon.
clearly, man. But
That's got to be learned behaviour. You don't do that by instinct.
that's a good point. That's a very good point. I've never thought about it. I've never had outside objective opinion on this
I'm
story.
telling you, man. I'm here for you, Garen. I'm here for you, bro.
Yeah. So so that was that. So you do by MSN.
I think I did it by MSN, man. It was a big mistake. One of them I wrote a letter. 4-letter.
Wow, Romeo.
Was it a letter? No, it was a long ass text message. That's what it was. Cost me 40p to send it.
Whoa.
One of them extra. No, it wasn't. I had an iPhone. No, it was this was year like 6th form time. Yeah, had the iPhone. I sent the message when texts were becoming a bit freer. Like you had about 300 texts a month.
Yeah. Oh, there's a limit.
And I was like, okay, yeah. So I was doing that. I was like, oh, this is a 4 texter. Yeah, fine, that's fine.
4 texter.
There you go. It was a lengthy message.
Did you get anything back?
No.
At all?
Well, she kind of saw me during the day, and then she said, "Yeah, I don't feel the same way." And I was like, "Okay."
You took it really well.
No, I didn't. Okay. I didn't take it well. I went like, "All right."
Kabhi kushi kabhi.
That may as well have played in the background as I was doing this. There you go. That's what happened, man. So that was tough. There was another girl.
Bro,
Mate, it's school. Who do you know outside of school? Nowadays, this is pre-social media, and all you knew was your school network.
I love this,
right?
man.
So I feel bad for kids nowadays that have to compete with other guys from other places across the UK that are being broached by other...
That's a good point.
So hang on, let me just cut into that. So I feel sorry for kids nowadays that have girls in their school that are being approached from guys from other schools across the UK because they can have access to her on Instagram.
True.
In school, all you knew was just your school and a few friends that were other schools. That's it.
So what you're saying is the pool is much smaller.
The pool was smaller.
You knew who you competed
so I
with.
stood more of a chance.
Yeah. You're like, I'm one in this rather than one in this.
Even though I had 0 success rate, I had a better chance. Right.
Yeah, and you knew your competition.
I knew the competition. So this was end of school, end of 6th form. I'm going into uni, go on the summer holidays, messaging her back and forth. And she basically hinted at wanting to go out with her. I could stay over at hers, etc. All this stuff.
Oh, Pleasureland.
Mate, she was saying all this, and I was thinking, what's the right thing to do here, innit? Like, we should go out. We should be like a boyfriend and girlfriend.
We should hold hands.
We should hold hands, and we should do things traditionally
Puppy.
before I even come to your house and do anything like that. No. I gotta do things properly. We gotta be in a relationship.
Sorry, this is brown curry or not brown curry?
This is not brown curry. This is a white girl.
Yeah, so on it, it's okay.
No. To her, it's okay. To me,
progressive. Yeah.
I didn't know that was an okay thing to do.
To sleepovers.
No, to have like a no label on it kind of thing. I didn't know that was allowed or possible. I thought, no, it's just straight relationship. Then you get it's like a pre-qualifier. The relationship is a
You like there's no casual.
She was hinting at like a casual thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, if you want to do this, it's got to be serious.
So you like.
I was like, bam, straight in.
You like
I completely fucked it up. I fumbled that bag
because of that
so badly.
Wait. So wait, slow down. She was on it.
She was on it.
Casual thing.
Yeah.
Pleasureland.
Yes.
You know, could have been chilling with CSK. Whatever.
Yeah, straight up.
Right, but you like, no, rishta kar denge si.
No, I said to her like something along the lines of, we should really like do this properly or something, or like be in a relationship. Like, I can't remember, bro. It was so many years ago. I can't remember.
Do this properly.
But all I remember
Let me get down on one
all I
knee.
remember was a couple of days on, she was being really off, and I was like, "What's going on?"
Scared her, man.
And she said something like, "You seem like you really want a relationship," and I was like,
"Oh,
I went,
you know, this is Jay." Jay in between us. You know when he finally gets a girlfriend, you know Jay chats shit the whole series. He gets that one girlfriend and he's like, Jay, you're a bit needy for me. You know, you text me all the time.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
I think
you became
that's
needy,
what happened. It was
attached.
Just completely ruined
Rishta,
it.
you wanted
Since then, she developed the ick. It was gone.
Bro, you gotta see you like
Ikigai aa gaya, okay? Ikigai aa gaya.
You were there like trying to introduce her to your gyani and like ਸਾਡੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਚਾਰ ਲਾਵਾਂ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ
Oh man.
Yeah. ਤੂੰ ਪ੍ਰੈਕਟਿਸ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਖੜ
I didn't even know how to do a bug. I was wearing patka full time.
Yeah.
I learned how to tie a bug at uni. I don't know if the bug would have made things any better, but I used to really shave my beard down then. So I had the fluff and then I shaved it off completely and then I had stubble. And then like a goatee kind of thing.
I remember.
Yeah. So I don't know if the bug would have assisted things or moved things along.
Man. You were right in there. Right in there.
Fumbled it.
You know, you were like, that's it.
I can sit and laugh about it now because I'm like, you know, you're young, you're naive, you don't know what the hell you're doing. My mum's going to see me a completely different light after this episode. But mum, I didn't see any of them through. Okay, there you go. That's it.
Yeah, but not by your own fruition.
By my own results and outcome, I'm a bibapot.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if the Korean had wanted things to progress,
hey, ask 16-year-old Indy. I don't know. I am 31-year-old Indy.
We're going on a date now, and buy you crisp packet.
I get you free crisp packet from my dad's offie. Yeah,
don't worry.
My dad's offie, man.
Just to go for a date. She's free, like, तू मेरे घर रह जा मैं तेरे घर रहना.
That's it, man.
He's like, नहीं पहला रिश्ता होना चाहिए. ਅਸੀਂ ਰੋਕਾ ਕਰ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਹਨਾ ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਹੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ.
There you go. The moral of the story here, people.
ਪੈੜੀ ਪਾਉਣਾ ਮੈਂ. ਮੰਮੀ ਡੈਡੀ ਮੈਂ ਤੇਰੀ ਮੰਮੀ ਡੈਡੀ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਪਲੀਜ਼. ਹਾਂਜੀ.
The moral of the story here, people,
ਮਿਠਾਈ ਦੀ ਡੱਬਾ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਵਾਂ ਮੈਂ.
is don't feel bad about the mishaps you had when you were younger, man. I've just been very vulnerable and told you guys pretty much all of them. It's okay. Like, you didn't know what the fuck you were doing. If you're still doing this now in your 20s, you got some thinking to do in it. But
yeah, no, it's all a journey of self-discovery.
Yes,
right. You are trying to understand your emotions as you get older, and then you have things like obviously you go through puberty, your hormones change. You go from a point where I want to play all day in the park with my guy mates to girls exist. Like it just turns on. You're like, oh, hello.
Yeah, it's called testosterone, bro. That's what it's called.
Right, yeah. So then you're like, oh, hello, I didn't see you before.
Yeah.
Right? So you have that. Then you try and navigate that. Then you're like, okay, like you said, okay, in our thing, it's pray. So you got to focus on academics. Don't get distracted. You have plenty of time to have fun or whatever. As you're old, whatever that means, huh?
That never works. You heard that line. Absolute truth, man.
No, they're like, exam bari na tu fun.
You can have fun when you're university.
जाके है ना. This is the way university जाके तो fun कर लिया. उत्थे जाके पता की fun होना है.
Just not in the house. Do it at your halls, okay? Don't bring it home. Do it at the halls.
Is that what you're told?
That's what I think they were thinking.
I wasn't told that, bro.
No. They never said it. They never said it.
Progressive family.
They never said it, but I think they were thinking that, which is out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, if I don't know.
It doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. I didn't see it. Yeah.
That's it. But then university comes, and then that's like, okay. Because then there's like, I don't know if it's a pressure anymore, but did you feel Did you feel at uni, this is my place and time to meet someone?
Yes. I felt that pressure.
Did you go with that intention?
I felt that pressure. I didn't go with that intention, but I was here. I was like, okay. And then when you meet someone, you think,
could you be? Potential.
But then, I went the opposite way. I flipped it and said, I'm not going to put pressure on that. Then I'm just going to stop doing that. I'm just going to enjoy being with a person. That's it. But then, if you linger in that too long, like I did with the wrong person, you then realize you kind of wasted your time. So you kind of do need a bit of longevity thoughts within your time, because uni's a bubble. When you get out of uni, people are back at their own cities, locations,
it's
real
hard.
world.
It's very hard. Yeah, you're
Student
right.
loans gone. You got to earn a living, 9 to 5. You don't get time to text each other. You got to make time to call people in the evenings. It's not as straightforward as you would think.
Yeah.
So uni is a nice bubble, but taking that outside and thriving outside that environment and being good with it is very difficult.
That's a fair point. If I look back at so me and Shindy now, we've been together
12 years a slave.
12 years a slave, yeah. So 13 years this year. It's actually 13 years on the 7th of February. So we're actually
going to India to celebrate.
Yes, we are. Never thought we'd be doing that.
We're going to reenact our Kabhi Kushi Kabhi Gum, right?
Yeah. But yeah, like, so Karan and Shindy here at uni is a whole like different chapter of our lives. So we remember, we don't really remember. It's very different to what we are now. But I'm glad we had that time, those years, to basically have the time to sit with each other and just chill.
Yeah.
Like literally, I said to her, I was like, man, we used to just like, next to Halls, there was like this place called, I can't remember what it's called, it's a bar basically, but chilled bar. And we just go there, there's couches, and we just chill all day. And I was fine to go for long walks all day, go to Frankie's and Benny's, and like life just seemed really
serene,
paced, and you didn't really need much money to do all these things. And it's just, I'm glad we had that time.
Yeah.
Because without that, it's very difficult. Because then after that, it's like, okay, we're solid now because we've had that. We got to know each other. And all the advice I give all my friends is when you're getting into relationships, that's fine. But you really, the only way you can get to know each other is if you spend time with each other in a meaningful way. You have to see bad side, good sides, fighty, annoying habits. You have to see all these different angles, essentially after the honeymoon period. And then you'll see, is there somebody, that I can actually see making life with?
Yeah.
So that's the advice I give people. But yeah, man, when you're young, you just do funny things, man.
You can say that again, mate.
Yeah. There was one time, this goodie I liked, yeah. And it's really funny, like, we kept liking each other at different times.
Oh.
So one time, I asked her out on the phone. I was like, do you want to be my girlfriend? It was like straight up like that. We were on good level anyway. We were talking all the time, that kind of stuff. I was like, do you want to be my girlfriend? And then she was like, no. But it was an interesting time because...
How old were you?
I gotta guess now. 16. I want to say 16. 15, 16, something like that. But when I look back at it, when she said no, I was like completely unfazed. I was like, okay. It was like I didn't
really?
Yeah. And
you were devastated.
No, that's why it was so interesting. I was like, okay. And it was just like,
okay, bye.
Yeah, it's like I asked you, it's not my system. You don't know, it's fine. And then I just kind of carried on or whatever. And then I remember I saw it the next week. And again, this is only in retrospect. After she told me, she'd come like really dressed up. I put effort in and like, did like some art and stuff. And I was just really like, I really chilled with her, like normal. Like we were just chatting. Like I wasn't blanking or anything. I wasn't doing like my hard man thing. And then we left where we were met. Basically, we used to go to tuition together. And so we used to each other once a week. This is like, before you had Gaddi and things, as in you couldn't drive. And then she texts me, she's like, why didn't you ask me out?
Oh,
right. So you're a guy. And I'm like, I asked you out last week. You said no.
You expect me to come and do it again?
No, then you come the next week and we're cool. Like, there's like, I'm not being off with you or anything. And then you're angry because I didn't ask you out. And she's like, yeah, but I wanted you to ask me out this week. I was like, huh? I was like, where's the logic in this?
That doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense at all, man.
If you hang on, you pluck up the guts to ask someone out once, yeah. Then you think, you know what? I didn't get a hard enough no. Let me go and ask one more time just to be certain. And then what? You think in your head she's gonna say yes? No, you're not gonna put yourself through that. You're like, man, only gonna. Yeah,
I was happy. Like I was cool now, so I was just like, fine, whatever. And then I was like, I don't see any logic here. What? Why?
I don't see any logic here either.
Yeah, I was like, why do you want me to ask you out? Sorry, after you said no. Like, if you thought about it more, but. One thing I realized from Shindy afterwards, because I said to Shindy, I was like, We didn't get together straight away. So there's definitely a period of no, I don't like you like that. Then there's a long period of yeah, maybe I do. But I'm a bit confused. It's that bit, and then there's obviously yes at the end. But Shindy's like, girls are irrational and illogical, as in. Fickle. They can say one thing, but they can be thinking about 10 different things. But to a guy, you like me. It's very black and white, on, off switch, analog.
On, off, analog.
Yeah, it's just like you like me, you don't like me. It's like that, right? So for us, I'm like, I don't really understand. I don't really understand how you feel.
I don't understand these creatures, right?
These, yeah. So yeah, because Shindy and I had that for a long time. Like I told you, man, Shindy would play these Hindi songs in her bedroom, right? We'd just be chilling, watching a film or something, like in the background. And she loves singing, and I knew the songs anyway, and I knew what the words meant. So I was like, I'm so in here. I was like, I know what is being said. Maybe, just maybe, she's trying to tell me something, but she doesn't know
hinting,
right?
hinting.
So I was there,
MSN status, hinting.
Yeah, I was like, we are so in here. And then nothing would happen. I was like, huh? And so I asked Shindy recently, I was like, we used to do that. She's like, yeah, I just like the songs. I didn't know what they were saying.
Told you. There you go.
Didn't know what they were saying. But as a guy, you're like,
yeah, but you're one of the few guys who actually understood the lyrics.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the real difference here. You're holding out on one story here, Karan. One story.
Which story?
Yeah?
Which story?
The Gaddi.
Gaddi?
The Gaddi.
What Gaddi?
You're holding out on me, man. Come on, man. You got to tell this one. I told everything. everything today.
Okay. So
you got to meet me.
This is the same girl.
The same one who said, well, why didn't you ask me out?
Yeah. Same goodie. So,
hang on, how many years on is this?
No, it wasn't like years on. I don't know, maybe a year on or something, or 6 months. I can't remember the timeline. But essentially, we were like, okay. Again, dating, right? So, you can catch a bus and spend time together in town. That was the main thing you used to do.
Oh, that was class. Yeah.
Right. So, and the thing is, in town, you just
go
walk
to
around.
Riley's. Woo.
Yeah, Riley's. You don't have any money, so you're not buying shit.
But you go to Riley's.
You're just walking around. Yeah, but you're just walking around. So we did a lot of stuff in Bullring and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah. So she was gonna go with her friend to a garba, obviously a mandir or community center, and she was like, "Why don't you come there?" So I was like, "Okay, that's fine." What happened to my phone? Either my phone died or her phone died, or was about to die. And so we were messaging like, "Okay, my phone's gonna die." And then Ba was like, "How am I gonna know you're here?" So I went and stood outside this community center with a shirt on, as if you're going. What you used to wear to go to like a party when you were kids, like a shirt and jeans or whatever. And
smart jeans, smart parent.
So about 30 minutes.
We wearing shoes, those brown shoes.
Brown shoes.
Brown shoes.
Oh yes, Charlie Brown's.
We fucking knew about them brown shoes. We thought we were the shit wearing those shoes.
When I wore those to school, my grey things, I was like, man, I got my Charlie Brown. Scratch Brown, that's what they were called.
They count.
And I was like, I'm just the G in it. Like bass was the other one used to wear it.
Yes.
Bass, kickers and
good
Charlie
shit,
Brown.
Man.
So I'm standing there outside the community centre in the cold, in the dark, on the corner. Like some sort of male gigolo.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah. Like,
and I'll put over and say how much.
No, and the thing is, so I'm trying to. I don't know when she's going to come, so I'm looking into cars. Yeah, no, you think I'm exaggerating? I'm there like, is she in that good deal?
Oh my god, you were trying to make eye contact to be picked up.
No. I'm trying to see where is she like when she come. And then the funny thing is, in the end, she came and I missed the car completely. And then then we saw each other. But the 40 minutes of trying to get there.
So she eventually picked you up.
No, she picked me up. Like basically, I was right next to the building anyway. She's gonna have to come apart there. I wasn't trying to get her to pick me up. I was just trying to see when she came,
so you could walk in together.
Well, no, so I know she's here. There's no way of knowing because I had no phone. Her phone had died or my phone had died. I think it was hers. I think her phone had died. So then there was no texting. So the last message was, look out for me. She didn't say what the car was, what color it was, what the registration plate was. Like, useful information.
So you're looking at every brown hoodie like, is that her? Is that her? Is that her?
Yeah.
It's dark. It's got the yellowy lights outside. You know, the ones that don't show the tinge of your skin color properly.
Don't show anything, man. Right. So then I'm there, like, you got this creepy thing just standing on the corner, who's obviously not Hindu, right? Going to Mandir Gamba, and he's just there
to pick up some lady.
Yeah. No, well, one lady, just only one, please. Sorry. Not like creepy or anything. And so I'm just there like, is that you? Is that you? Is that you? And then I completely missed her. And then she came out and was like, I'm here. I was like, oh, okay, fine. So.
And did she ask you to ask her out again on that evening?
No, she didn't. I think this is a period where we weren't together either. It was just really weird, man. It was just completely up and down. But she's one of those people where I look back now and I'm like, I'm so happy I didn't.
You didn't end up with that.
Yeah. We one time, and you can ask my sister about this. We
Okay, Siri.
Siri's telling us the time. Clearly, we're just chatting shit.
Oh, go on.
That's like Shindy has hacked Siri.
So, yo, hurry up, man.
It's like, yeah, you're just chatting shit, man. Wow, you can reach that far. His climbing arms. I think it will stop there. Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
And so we were trying to logistically arrange to see each other.
Huh.
So we went and watch this Hindi film, and she was like, "I'm going to be at this cinema." And so I was like, "Mom, my sister, let's go here. It's not a normal cinema." And they're like,
So
why?
your sister pitched it to mum for you?
No, I pitched it. Mia was just on board.
Oh, nice.
And Mum was like, "Why? We never go to this cinema." I was like, "No, special show." Like,
Special show to watch Harry Potter. Special show.
I mean, the Hindi film, right? Or special seats or some shit. I don't know what I said. So then
Your mum must have looked through you like you was flipping.
and then
She must have been so transparent to her. She'd be like, "Oh, really? Yeah. You want to go to that cinema, dear? Oh, I wonder why."
What does he? Like Scotland, like it makes no sense. And then at the last minute, that goodie, she changed the cinema to another one, which was our original cinema. I was like, no, we don't want to go to that one, but we'll do that. Let's go to another one. So we ended up going to that cinema. And then, surprise. I was like, "Oh, what are you doing here?"
Oh, look at this.
And it was her family, and then my family, and we just like all sat together.
Did you sit with her?
Yeah.
Acha, how was that accepted?
That's fine, but there's nothing happening. There's no hand holding or anything.
Did you not try and do the hand holding in the dark?
Bro, right, mom and dad are there, man. My mom's there.
Yeah, but your mum and dad are looking up on it.
I was like, you proper je kaar
Your
kaam
mum-
karna.
Your mum and dad are looking up, no?
Yeah, rakdi maar this. Oh shit! He is a brother until you marry him. Then he can hear it.
God.
Oh god! You know what's messed up about that kind of theory? It's just like
What, the Rakari thing?
no, not rakdi. It's this whole thing about irrespective if you're a boy or girl, right? It's like don't do anything. Ani karna, and then byaah kyun nahi karta? Why can't you find a person? And it's like hello, you're suppressing us, saying you can't do any of these things, right? And then when you want us to do it, why can't you do it?
Also, when they want us to do it, imagine you haven't been through those fumbling years because you listen to your parents.
Then
So
you
the
don't
fumbling teenage years where you make every mistake, like me, right? Eventually, when you hit adulthood, you've got some of those mistakes out your system. Not all of them,
exactly.
but you got some of them out.
Ed Sheeran,
There you go.
the shit coming out the tap.
Turn the
That's
tap.
it. That's it.
So Ed Sheeran had this video out and he said, when you're creating art, you turn the tap on and imagine it's a dirty tap. At the beginning, you're going to write really bad songs, really shit stuff, but at least you've opened the tap, open that system to flush it all out.
Yeah.
Then the good shit comes afterwards. That's the concept of the video. So when we say that, that's what we mean. Now we've had as Gary Vee says, at bats, right? To go and make those mistakes. If you listen to your parents, you're in your 20s, you've never spoken to a girl, you've never done those things, you don't know how to approach her, do I take on a date, do I hold a hand, how do I break the touch barrier? Like all these things you just don't know. So therefore, most women are going to be thinking, you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You don't like me. Bang, gone. Unswipe. Especially in today's world.
I had a goodie once. I was in the cinema.
I had a goodie. Ek ladki goodie hai.
We're in the cinema, we're watching a film. And then randomly, midway, she just starts leaning on my shoulder.
Yeah, I've had this happen.
Right. But then, I feel like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes later, she just sits up. It's like she's thought about it. And she's like, what am I doing? And then
She sat there expecting you to just do the next level.
Yeah, I didn't do that.
You didn't.
Yeah. I was a bit like, ooh, okay.
This is tricky.
Yeah, no, we were just friends. So.
You were just friends.
No, we were just friends. We were just friends. Shindy was on the scene at this point.
Oh.
As in, we weren't together, but Shindy was on the scene. As in, me and Shindy went together, but she was on the scene more. And that person I was with, my friend, she really liked this other guy. She'd tell me about all the time. So I was like, these girls again, man, just don't make any sense. My bata, you on huggy juppy.
Confusion.
Just real confusion. That's when you go to, imagine we had chat GBT, man, back then. How to make your friend like you. Say this, and this.
Watch this video by
Hitch. Remember Hitch? Remember Hitch, the opening scene where he makes these scenarios
oh,
so the girl falls in love with you.
Yeah.
Like rescuing the dog in front of the taxi.
So mad.
You make it, it's a science, man. I'm the love doctor. Where's that from? What song is
Love
that?
Doctor?
Yeah, I'm the love doctor. Who says it?
I don't know.
Oh, 50 Cent Candy Shop. Or PIMP. It's one of the two.
He doesn't say, I'm the love doctor.
I'm the love doctor. 50 Cent.
What, in the music video or in the song?
In the song, it's either PIMP or it's Candy Shop.
Oh.
I think it's Candy Shop.
No, you're right. It's Candy Shop.
Candy Shop.
I'm the
love.
Yeah, it is. Oh my God, I just had to think of the scene. Yeah.
Oh, look at
And
you
the
referencing.
magic stick. I'm the love doctor. You can tell by your friends how strong I got you or something. Yeah, that one.
Oh, mate, look at you.
There you go,
Yeah,
something like that.
kids
My
kid you
lyrics
on.
are all fumbled, man. I'm
Kids
not
kid you
with
on.
it.
No, wax lyrical.
You know what? One day we should actually do a full sing along on a podcast live just to see how much of our favorite songs we actually know.
Like Bubble. Right, Challenger.
like
Let's do a song, man. Let's do a
That's an
song.
easy song, man. I'm on about the advanced.
No,
lyrical
let's
songs.
release a song.
No, I'm saying.
I say we release a song.
We do a sing along.
We've got professional mics.
I'm not gonna do a professional song here. I can't sing. I can barely rap along to a favorite song.
Na juda honge hum.
Kabhi khushi, kabhi gham. There you go. With the one tear rolling down the face, and the second tear rolling down the face, and the head shake. That's it. This is only good for YouTube, by the way. People, drop us your comments and let us know your heartbreak stories. We're here for you, man. Ladies, tell us about the guys that are completely fucked up.
Yeah.
Guys, tell us about the girls who
Make
made you
no
feel
sense.
like a fool.
They make no sense. Ladies, tell us what you feel and just be straight up with it, man.
It's a safe space, man. You're not going to get trolled, but we might come back to this if we get a good enough response, just to touch on people's stories and say,
No point for me.
this is how you maybe made a
The
mistake.
first time I asked Indy out, yeah, it was on MSN as well. I was telling her I liked her. She told me in retrospect, she was talking to another mate. And
Oh.
she was like, no, she was on MSN talking to a mate. I was talking to her on the phone. I was playing Call of Duty as well. I remember very vividly.
That's what you told her. You got a 10 kill streak. Shindy, I like you. UAV incoming.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't. It was the other world. You know, not. There's two studios that did COD, wasn't there?
Activision and someone else.
The other one, World at War.
Okay.
So I was playing like the old school one. I think it was killing Japanese people. It was that level, it being an American or whatever.
Yeah.
And so Shindy said, when you were about to, she goes, I knew you were about to say it. I knew probably about 30 minutes before. And she said, you wouldn't say it. You kept like delaying it. And then she was telling a mate, she's like, yeah, he's about to say it. He's about to say it. Oh, he just said it. And then she said no. And then
She said no.
Yeah. So I remember that now. That was quite funny.
Oh God. You can hear her typing away. What are you doing? I'm playing COD, but what are you doing? Are you talking to someone else? Nikia? Why don't I have your undivided attention? Even though you won't
You
give it
can't
yours.
handle my undivided attention.
All right, next bit.
Shallow.
I have a question this week, non-Valentine's theme. This is all normal stuff, but Goran's written down a bunch. Das millennial.
So some of these questions, some of these are just kind of weird observations. Some of myself, some of other people doing things. So let's start here. In your house in David, CSK.
In the fucking hell, you sound like my mum, huh? Go on.
CSK
Huh?
predominantly eats Punjabi food.
Yes.
Right. How many rotiyan on average will he eat?
Oh, it's a tough question, man.
Average.
So you would think if it's just mum, dad, it'd be 4.
Huh?
It'd be about 4. So mum would have 1, dad would have 2, and there'd be a spare one in case someone wants a little bit more.
So he'd have 2. Not how many did everyone eat in your house?
Wait,
like
is
just
this,
CSK.
Is this for me? Oh, dad.
Yeah, CSK.
2.
2. How many do you eat rotiyan if you're gonna eat rotiyan?
2 or 3?
2 or 3. Yeah. Bal same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. My dad
Huh.
has clearly been watching Saw.
Saw.
Yeah.
You know?
Mum would be like, so how many roti would you like? Dad would be like, 2.5, please.
Why has he said for a half?
I mean, my sister like, you understand how roti are made, yeah? How do you make half a roti? But this is really like ongoing for years, right? But then I saw it happen again the other day. Sometimes you think maybe Dad's gonna outgrow it, right? Just be like, I'll eat 2 roti or 3 roti,
Huh.
right? And then he'd put his pande away, and there's half roti left on the thing. So he'd only eaten half the roti, so I ended up eating it. I was like, I don't want to waste the roti. But I was just like, Dad, like, you understand, like when you put the tawa on, you don't like chop the atta in half and go half a roti. Like Mum can't make, and then here's the thing. So mum's like, well, maybe I'll just make a smaller roti.
No,
which is like a half. No, you'll still put it in
No,
half.
no, it has to be. It's a psychological half, isn't it? You can make him a half the size of his head or half the size of the palm of his hand. He'll still have the other.
has to be
Now,
Go on.
my dad is exactly the same.
See?
I swear he's
Half
exactly
roti.
the same.
I don't know what it is. Maybe you get to a certain age, you're like, oh, I'm watching my figure, है ना मैं half roti खा लेने है ना half roti कित्थों आंदी है दस मैनू है.
Do you know what happens, right?
Go on.
Dad will say, मैं अद्धा खाना. And then,
That's it. No, the expression is आधा बना दे.
and then he take a full roti, break it in half, and then he just drop it on my plate. I'm like, wait, am I the surrogate? Am I the surrogate here? Am I supposed to eat this? Am I the spare?
This is called.
Right. So he's like, kala.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
like,
Oh.
kala. I was like, okay.
You and Bal in it.
I'm sitting there forcing myself to eat it.
Bal is the air and you're the spare.
I'm forcing myself to eat it, man. So it's painful. Or the other thing is, I think Dad still does the 2.5. I'll ask Mum actually. But what Mum and Dad normally do is with the leftover roti, they throw it out in the back for the pigeons. So they'll break it up and throw it into the back, and the pigeons will eat it.
You think the pigeons are eating them,
I'm sure the pigeons eat
and
it.
then you don't see the pigeons anymore. They got gluten allergy, and that's it.
Do they?
They can't fly anymore.
surely they eat it. They're fine. They're fine.
Yeah, they're fine.
No,
yeah.
I see. Okay,
They're
hang
fine.
on. Why is it the ducks, when you're throwing the roti in the pond,
The bread, yeah.
the ducks will eat it like casually? If you just take old roti and just throw it in, it's fine.
I've never done that. I didn't know.
I've
anyone
done
did
that before.
Did you take parathes on?
I'm not done with paratha. I feel like paratha is a luxury food.
Oh,
Paratha has to be
levels.
finished. Paratha has to be finished, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's talk about parathe. Which parathe? Hierarchy, please go.
Oh man, I haven't had paratha in years though. This is the thing. I don't eat it
You
often.
really are the milkwoman.
I don't eat it often.
Parathe
There
nahi
you go,
khana
man. I don't eat it often. man.
Sanj, he would like parathe with his gobi next time, please. Thank you.
Or not. So
Was it gobi?
let's see.
It was gobi, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Gobi, yeah.
I don't like mulli.
Okay.
I
Mulli.
think it's the most bitter thing I've ever had.
Yeah.
What is mulli in English?
It's radish.
Radish. Yeah, horrible.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Less common in England, but a lot of people have it in India.
I think aloo paratha is the best.
Aloo wale parathe. I mean,
Aloo paratha because it's just carbs in it, man. It's that and like
how do you have
it's
it?
banging. Huh?
Let's talk about condiments.
What do you mean? How do you have
How
it?
do you have it? So you got your aloo paratha, butter,
Aloo paratha, dahi,
butter.
and a little bit of chard. Oh, a slab of butter.
Rub it
all on top.
You do the thing right. This is how much you do or don't like butter. So you got do parathe, ठीक है? Aloo parathe.
Huh.
So mum normally bring it up like do paate,
Huh. Huh.
Do you put the butter in the middle and disperse that, or do you
No,
have
no,
one
no.
at
I
each
have
level?
to pull the edge off my paratha and rub it in.
No,
Proper
but do you have
rub it in.
butter per paratha?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're like Shindy.
Block of butter per
Yeah,
paratha,
Shindy's
man.
like
This cannot be-
Shindy
this
will
can't
get
be
butter.
equally
She'll
distributed.
get butter on the knife. You're like, this is just for one paratha. And I'm like, yo, now I'm there.
Wait, she uses a knife
What do you mean?
to spread it.
No, just a.
I was going
And
to say,
then,
man,
yeah,
I
yeah.
judge her if she does that.
She's your twin, man. No,
Back
she-
in the day,
yeah.
mum would just like put a fingerful and just go bam on the plate. That's it.
Yeah,
There you go,
yeah,
done.
yeah.
Like bam,
Bang, yeah.
bam,
Straight at the
bam.
top.
I'm like, yo, because
That's how
her
you do
fingers
it.
are piping hot at the top, aren't it? So she just runs through it and then
The
it's just
butter,
bam,
yeah,
straight,
yeah,
easy.
Well, the trick with that is before you have paratha, if you're gonna have the butter, take it out of the fridge and leave it outside.
We leave it outside all the time anyway, in like a little lid thing.
For the
Yeah,
air,
or
so
well,
the air doesn't get to it.
My parents don't have that. They have the next best thing. They have an old margarine tub that's finished and they just smack it in there because it fits perfectly.
That's it.
It's the same thing.
That's it.
Boss.
Badhiya. Okay, so aloo. What about methile parathe?
What is Mithala paratha
Green
exactly?
ale.
What's in it?
It doesn't matter. You know they are green ale.
I know what's in it. It's nice. It's nice, obviously. The flavors are nice. The spices are nice. But
Wow. Okay.
thing is, it's lighter than aloo wada paratha, isn't it? So theoretically, it should be better. But I feel like because you set the muzzle of aloo wada paratha so high,
Maza.
you got to keep to that level. When you go to Gurdwara once, I think on the day of one of my mock exams, Dad said, "Chalo, Gurdwara jana." I was
Okay.
like, "Okay."
Yeah.
So you had to get about half an hour early to get there, go do matadik, etc.
This is
This
on
is
the day
like
of the exam.
this is on the day of a mock exam. He never did it for exams. Mum would do ardas in the morning, right? And she gave me everything.
I know you. I know your mum's advice.
Give me the whole thing, man.
Your mum's advice is, Baba ji, ਇਹਨੇ geography ਪੜ੍ਹਨੀ ਹੈ ਯੂਨੀਵਰਸਿਟੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਦਾ ਦਿਮਾਗ ਠੀਕ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ ਤੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਗੋੜੀਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਬਚਾ ਕੇ ਰੱਖੋ
There you go. That's exactly what she said. That's exactly what she said.
ਤੇ
No.
ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਫਰੈਂਡ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਜੁੱਤੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਲਾਉਂਦੇ
There you go. Yes, that. So what happened was Mum would give me the prashad and that's it, I'd be in the car. Now, if we go to Gurdwara, Dad would say, go to Gurdwara, sit down, grab a paratha, right? Wrap it up.
Roll,
and
roll,
just
roll.
roll. Take it with
Yes.
you in a tissue, eat it in the
Yes.
car.
Yes.
And I never thought it would work, but it kind of did. Even though it was lukewarm paratha, it was never piping. It was lukewarm. It was okay. But they only made paratha in the morning. They never made it throughout the day.
That's true. That's
Or if
classic
you're lucky and you get langar first, like 11 o'clock, they'll have like a couple spare
leftovers.
that have been left there.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that's a really underrated thing as well about how to eat paratha. So sometimes back in uni days, if a methi paratha left over, mum would just put it in foil. No dain. So there's a technique to eat them with no dain as well. Same aloo paratha. You do the roll method, bit of butter or whatever, and you just eat them like that. And I actually enjoy that. Now Dad has another method where if I'll introduce the concept where it's actually useful. So if you're a guy and the next day, let's say you have one of your functions, around your time you're getting married, so you're having your roka, chunni or karmai, any of these things, and say you're eating Indian food the day before, one thing you fear is what? Staining. Right, so you're eating with your hands and you get the yellow and the orange and the fingers. Now, there is a really good technique to get rid of it.
Lemon.
Which is why in India, they do that thing, but it's not classic here. But then I looked at my dad and I was like, he does this thing. He does this anyway. I mean, just say he's got this gajrani sabji here, or matar paneer, right? Or whatever. What Dad will do is he'll roll the roti, his thai roti, 2.5. No, not dip. Bite the roti, chamcha, bite the sabji. And he eats it in tandem like that. And so when I first looked at it, I was like, does that affect the taste? Because obviously there's a
ratio.
No, another ratio. Well, it's a good system if you want to ration. I don't think we talked about that last time. I'll explain today about how I ration the food as well. So for example, I had this the other day. I had a saag, and I had
Adha roti.
No, I had a matar paneer saag. I think I had 2 or 3 rotiyan. Maybe Dad's half. I had 2.5, 3.5. But I had to ration. But I had like all these different things going on.
Yeah.
And I wanted to make sure that by the end I had that ik burki left for the finish the saag and ik burki left to finish the matar paneer. I like, has to finish properly. With Dad's technique though, so you bite the roti, then you have the the spoon of sabji or whatever. You can ration it. You can take bigger bites, smaller bites, and you can obviously see like, oh, that's getting a bit low now. So now slow down the roti. You get it?
No, I don't get it.
So you're eating, say this is roti, the whole roti. So you take a big bite, it comes down to here. Right, then you eat the sabji. But now your sabji is really low, or say your sabji is really high and you've only got a little bit of roti left. So you slow down the bites you take, so you finish at the same time. Because you can chop it. But that's just a side.
That's advanced level, man.
Advanced level. But the value here was your hands don't get the weird stain.
Smart.
So I found this now. The day before I had an event for my wedding or Meher's wedding or close family weddings, I have to do this. Use a spoon technique. And actually now,
why don't we just make gloves? Why don't we just make like...
I heard you just say there.
Disposable gloves.
Do you know what you say? Why don't we make love? I love now. What? I thought you went, why don't you make love? And I was like, what? What's that got to do with anything? Make love to your roti, make love to your sabji. Like, I love matar paneer.
Oh God, no.
Right. So now, if you ever see me at an event now, someone's event, swagged out, those jackets I don't offer to Shindy, those ones. I actually have stopped using my hands now. So I'll do the roll method with the naan, and I'll just. And if you got rice, it's even easier because you're never going to be using your hands.
That's
anyway.
it. Bang on.
But yeah, that phrase from Dad.
Adha.
No, and the thing is, Mom will be in like the small kitchen, and like me and Shindy are like the runners. So
Dad said this. You got to run to Mum.
Oh no! The other way. Mom's like, Daddy roti on that little plate, and then you do service, and then you come back, right?
Yeah.
But then and then Dad, do you want any more roti? Half more or addi more, and I'm like, Mom, Dad said this. Mom's like, inne sab bya ho gaya, pata nahi lag gaya, addi roti kitthon aandi? It's just so good.
So what does Mum do? Does she just make a hole?
No, she'll have to make a hole, and then someone else eats half. But it's just like trying to explain that logic to Dad that half roti does not exist. It's not a real
Does your dad
thing.
know how to make roti?
That's a good question. I don't know. You should ask him next time you see him.
I'm not going to ask him. That's rude as hell. Walk into his house. Sasi Gaur Uncle Ji, make a roti.
Not make a roti.
Say that.
Make a roti is different to do you know how to make a roti?
My dad does actually. Dad's a decent cook.
CSK.
He makes really good lamb, but he just never needs to cook it. But one time when Mum was in Australia, I think, I could be getting my memory mixed up, I'm sure Bao will correct me. I think he made lamb and it was really good.
Sure.
And he's made lamb at home and it's been really good, but he likes it on the bone, which is long.
You like boneless?
Obviously, it's easy to eat.
Boneless, man.
Yeah, but he does make a good lamb and a good dal. He just doesn't need to do it because he knows that Mum's there. That's it.
Right. Continuing with the roti thing, here's the second question for you. Now, you got the roti. Tika? You got your sabji or whatever you're eating that roti with. Now, are you a roti flat break off pieces, eat, or are you a fold in half and double break off?
I'm a fold in half.
This is the question, right?
I'm a fold in half, and this is why I plow through so many rotiya. Oh my god! I've just found the biggest flaw in my life today.
I did this the other day, and the reason I had to think about it was because when I start eating and I've got the sabji, I start with the double technique. But then, as I get closer to the end and realize, I've still got so much sabji to eat, because I don't like eating the sabji khali with the
This is
spoon.
why I eat so many fucking rotiya.
But then if you open the roti back up and then you have single bites, like single rather than double time, then actually you can ration that roti a little bit longer.
God, look at my face, man. I'm blown away.
This is revelation, yeah. I know.
Oh my god! Why have I never thought of this?
Because you've just seen that happen. And you know, I'll tell you where it comes from. Because if you go to Gurdwara,
They fold it in half and put it on your plate.
yes, and the prashada is different to roti. Roti you have at home, a fulka, we call it, is probably like, and this is just representations this big. Prashada is like this big. So actually, when you're doubling it there, that actually makes sense because you're doubling the service area and it's really big. When you're at home, that just goes like that. It's like eating a slice of little bread.
No, I think it. How small are your rotiya at home? Mine are like the same size as Gurdwara.
No, we don't eat that big. So we have, maybe that's
No wonder
intentional
your
for
dad
mum.
asked for a half then. If you give him 2 full ones, he wouldn't ask for the half. If you gave him 2 Gurdwara size ones, he wouldn't eat. I don't know, there's fucking dimensions to this now. This is mad.
Dwara mentions. Maybe mum does that intentionally. Maybe she's like, roti is not good, so you should just have less. Maybe it's that. I don't know. But yeah, prasad definitely are big. And you're right. It's given to you folded. If you're sitting on the floor, when it's flopped into your
drop it
hands,
in.
right? It's folded, isn't it? It's not
Yeah,
like,
they fold it. They
like a
can't just-
pancake. Yeah, exactly.
You can't pancake that in someone's hands.
No.
Get them to flip it up as if it's a pizza and catch it again. I ain't gonna do that. Yeah.
Yeah. What does everyone else do around you?
Same. I think all of us do the half, fold, bang, ready. That's normally the main way to do it, I think. But now that you've said this might mean that I stop eating 3 rotiya and I just have like 1.5 instead.
There you go.
1.5.
There you go.
Wow. Fucking hell, Garen, you blow my mind.
Game changer, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Next one.
Let's continue with the food theme. So I do this, which is, so I'm eating something which is a little bit, let's say, greasy. So I got the saag and the matar paneer, okay, and I got my drink there. My drink could be whatever, water or squash, whatever. Obviously, when you pour the drink, the rim of where your lips make contact is obviously all clean, right? So I'm a person who doesn't save all the drink till the end. I'll have it like
During,
right? And so I've had my like bites and whatever, and then I go to drink my glass, and I drink my glass, put my glass down. Now I can see
where
I've
you've
made it.
imprinted.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, even though it's my lips,
You go for the same bit?
no, I can't go with the same bits. I have to slowly do a half rotation.
Oh my God.
And I have to, basically what I'm trying to do is by the end of drinking, I should have done a full 360 and ended there. I can't retouch the lips of the bit of the glass I've already touched. Right. And the thing is, I've been doing this for years. But then, it's funny.
You're so fucking backwards.
Yeah. So then I'm looking, and then I'm looking at my glass. I'm like, this would be so good for the podcast. I was like, let's just see if anybody else.
What's the weird quirks that people do when they're eating? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
What's the quirky things that people do?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
That's it. And I was just like,
That is quite
that's quite
out
quirky,
there.
isn't it?
That
Like,
is
I was
quite
like,
out
these
there.
are my lips. And I'm like,
Mine is food can't touch other parts of the food. This is growing up, I had a real problem with it. My food couldn't mix on a plate.
such as,
I'd have to eat, if I had chor would be on one side, the dain would be on one side,
but how do you
and the roti would be
But
there.
how do you
and
eat that then?
I'd never mix it.
how do you eat it then?
Bite of that, bite of
Yeah,
that.
and then you mix it
bite
in your
of
mouth.
that. Yeah.
But now, Jol,
Now it's fine. Now I
Chol,
just blend,
matar-
now I blend it all on. I don't give a shit.
Jol,
yeah.
matar paneer, and dahi, how do you have that?
Separate godlies.
Before. And now?
Now, obviously now it still has to be in a separate godly, but if you're going to put it in like a plate, right, you can mix one of them with like jol. You can't mix all 3 together. That's wild.
Really?
You can't mix all 3 together on a plate.
No, absolutely.
No.
Jol is the base.
Yeah.
Matar paneer on top. And let's just say, even that, the kind of sub level, so it's 2-3 levels here. It's Jol is always the base. The second layer, let's take rajma or matar paneer. Dahi straight on top.
Now you think about this. Now I think about this. I only breach this at weddings.
Yeah.
At weddings, when the food comes round,
You pour it on top?
I pour bits of stuff on. But when I'm at home, I'm like, no.
No touch.
You put things in
I
godlies.
don't know what you're doing there.
Godly 1, godly 2. So you got your dahi, you got
Godly
your
one. Sub godly. There's a main godly and sub godly. Your dahi is not the main godly.
Dahi is always the smallest one.
Sub-godly,
Dahi is
yeah.
always the smallest one. yeah.
Exactly.
Then you've got your saag and your dal, and then your big plate for your roti.
Yeah.
That's how I do it. And then sometimes a jar on the side. That's-
Okay. Yeah. Okay, you have more of like a tile system, whereas
Yeah,
ours is just-
I think of it that way,
ours is
which I
plonk it
think
on.
is what made it problematic for me when I was mixing food on my plate.
But then you must
and
have loved
I broke this in Thailand when I went traveling. I had to break out of this because they'd mix it for you immediately.
Pre-mixed.
And also, the jawd is just plain white jawd, and it's got no taste. So you have to put your food on top.
Give flavor.
So your food just gets put on top of it. So you're like, oh, okay, you get used to it. So I've broken out of that. But that was a big quirk for me. But that lip brown thing. Oh, actually, no. Oh, this is good. So when I was a kid and I used to drink jar.
Yeah.
You know how you can pour tea into a mug and it gets bubbles around the edge.
Yeah.
I used to drink all the bubbles first. So I'd like go around the cup and I'd sip all the bubbles and then I'd drink the tea normally. You're not alone, bruv. I'm telling you. Other people are the same. People, comment and tell us your stupid shit that you do. Because all of us have one. We all have one weird thing. We do, man. We do. That's what I used to do as a kid. I used to get so excited. Or...
What about the Malai? Would you drink the Malai?
I didn't mind it.
I'd have to do the, pinch. Like what part of tea, where did you die from? And you've landed in my tea, this little disgusting thing. Oh, God.
Sometimes, whenever mum would give me a biscuit, I'd dip it in her tea because I didn't want to have to like have another tea. So I'd dip it in hers. Because obviously dipping a biscuit in a tea is like really nice, isn't it? Yeah.
But there's a time.
Hang on.
What happens if you do too long?
No. It isn't that. I dipped it in the guest tea because mum's cup and her cup were next to each other. So I walked up, I went boink, and then did that. And mum went,
how old are you?
And the lady went, and I went, what? And she said, that was your auntie's. And I was like, oh. And I just walked off. I think I was about 7, 8.
Indy dipping his biscuit in Randy auntie's tea. Munda. You be careful you dippy things, you know. Bloody hell.
Yeah, man, dipping.
Oh, God. I remember growing up and my...
Can I just say, hang on, wait. If I was ever made Prime Minister and they asked me, what's the most adventurous thing you've ever done? You know how they say, oh, I ran through cornfields or something. I'm like, no, I dipped my biscuit in my auntie's tea that didn't belong in front of my mum.
Yeah, you know the question come back is...
And I liked it.
No, yeah. The question back is like, is that an analogy of something? You're like, no, that's exactly as I said it. Nothing more. I didn't go to Pleasureland.
Oh, man. If you dip it in for too long, yes, it's ruined. You got to do a quick dip. It's always a quick dip. It's a wham bam.
No. My biscuit of choice growing up was the chocolate digestive McTivies, right? In tea, not the dark chocolate one, the normal milk chocolate one. Yeah. There was an optimal time. You go in, if you just go for a little bit, it's still hard when you come out.
But sometimes you have to nibble on it at the edge to fit it in.
Yes.
Because it won't fit in the cup.
I do that.
Oh, you do that?
I was a half. Adda, right? So I go in halves. But there was 1 or 2 times, very few though, that it just breaks off and it goes to the bottom of your tea, and then your tea is ruined as well, and you got those crumbs
sitting there with the jump jar.
Yeah, you're like, this is just so. But when it's soft, oh my God, you're like, this is like, it's melting.
You can keep doing it for hours. It's banging. That's unreal. You were gonna say something. Sorry.
No, that was it. My biscuit of choice.
Is that it? The biscuit of choice.
Biscuit of choice. And you and your escapades of Randy Auntie.
There we go, man. That's what you used to do. Do you feel less weird now about your cup thing? Even though you still do it, I don't do that now.
I don't think I'm weird. It's just something I do.
I think it's kind of weird.
Why? What do you think it's weird?
Low key. Come on, man. Like, it's your jute.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything.
It doesn't.
Are you telling me that if you take a sip of Shindies, you must have had a sip of her
all
occasionally? Yeah, exactly. So do you look for her things?
No. It's just,
right?
It's just I can see it. It's like a fingerprint. It's so clear. I'm like, oh my God, I've dirtied that glass so much.
I need to get you like a stainless cup, stainless steel or something. There you go. Well, I'll give you what's it called? The silver cups. What's it called? Is it just a silver cup? That isn't staining on the edge. If you sip out of it, it doesn't stain.
Yeah.
Perfect.
But I used to always find that like buying in a steel cup is fine. But when you start putting like Ribena and stuff in there, it just looks weird.
Tastes different. Yeah, and you can't judge the gap. It has to be see-through, and you need to see the percentage levels.
Exactly. Because then, again, it's rationing.
Yeah.
I want that last cut.
Yeah.
After my food.
Yeah.
I'm going to kind of finish the food. Yeah. Everything rationed perfectly. Your last bulky with this, and this. And then bang.
I used to be mates with one guy who used to equally eat his food at an equal pace. He used to have like 10% of this, 10% of that, 10% of that, 10% of that, and he'd do that on rotation for his whole meal. That way all of his food got equal PR. And I just thought, you're a fucking psycho. That is too much. You're actually thinking percentages of how much food you should be eating at once.
I kind of mix it up. So, for example, that day when I had mutton paneer and I had the saag, it's like, okay, do I dedicate one roti to the saag and dedicate one roti to the mutton paneer in the hope that I'll finish it? But then I got the buffer half roti from dad as well, right? Sometimes I do that, but sometimes, depending on what I'm eating, so say I've got the dal, and the dal is the sub dish, not the main dish. Dal is never a main dish for me. It can be. But if I got another sabji, then that'll be the main dish, and the dal will be the sub dish. And then sometimes what I do is, rather than dedicating one roti per item, I'll have, let's say it's sukka paneer. I'll have a burki of sukka paneer, but then dip it in the dal and have it, and just go at the same time. Yeah, I just like to mix it up.
Unbelievable. Man, I feel like I've learned a lot about you this episode, honestly. This has been fantastic. I think today this has been one of my favourite episodes. Very vulnerable. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of flack for the stuff that we've said and bravery.
Your chain has gone, Jazzy B. You want to show everyone your chain?
Where is it? Has it gone?
I don't know. Where's it gone? Oh, there it is. Get it out. Get that bad boy out.
There you go. Thank you for listening, guys.
In the veer, Rambo name. I'm just.
Oh, acha. I was like, where are you going with this?
CSK, the sun.
Thank you.
That's good. You know what? The name of the album is Son of CSK, man. That is your name. Guys, welcome to the stage.
DJ Khaled have Father of Assad, right? I got Son of CSK.
Listen. You know, before Russell Peters comes on stage, he has his brother make that announcement. Welcome to the stage. We're going to have that. Welcome to the stage, Son of CSK, the milkman, Indy Karan.
The one that only. Oh, I love it. Jeez. Thank you for listening, guys. Please drop us a message. A comment would be very appreciated. If you could like, it actually pushes our podcast to other people. So even though you may not want to share, it takes 1 second to just hit the like button. Just press the button. And when you press the button, that's it. Life is finished.
Subscribe.
The episode has come to an end.
YouTube subscribe kare
and this week coming, hopefully after this one's dropped, we will drop the first reaction video. And you will understand the Dash Jar references we have made today. Thank you guys. Much love. Take care. Happy belated Valentine's Day. See you guys next week.